Episode 4, Scratch Social, coming at you. How are things, Emer?
Things are absolutely great, thanks, Paddy. How are you since we launched last week?
Absolutely buzzing. We started off with 3 episodes because podcast best practices say you should, launch with a body of work for people to listen to. So people are listening. It's been fantastic, getting plenty of engagement. So keep it coming, folks. Keep dropping in the comments, sliding into the DMs. I'm still waiting for that first email, though. Podcast at scratchsocialhq.com. Still waiting for the first email. So hold down for that. But absolutely buzzing. Yeah, delighted that we put this together. And we've been talking golf all week behind the scenes, prepping episode 4. So let's go. What's the news?
I have some really exciting news this week. So last week we announced that Lauren Walsh made it in the top 10 on the LET Order of Merit, and she went straight to Q School in Alabama. And Lauren Walsh has secured her LPGA Tour card for 2026. That is one of the most amazing achievements of any female male golfer ever in Ireland. She's the third ever female to make it onto the LPGA Tour, and we are so excited and delighted for her.
I was delighted with her. She shot 67 in her final round, 5 under par to make the spot by a shot. So I think she finished 6 under, and the cut-off for places at the time was 5 under and below. So fair play to Lauren. She's one of the best in the game. I've known her for a few years. She's gives so much time to kids and girls, especially like small little kids that I brought to the Women's Irish Open the last couple of years. And not just for my kids, she was throwing balls and tees and giving little moments for kids to bring home. So yeah, couldn't happen a nicer person. Absolutely chuffed for her. And it's great that, it's been picked up by the national media, that, it's going to get the coverage it deserves.
Definitely. We actually managed Lauren, and we held a press conference today, and we were literally, the amount of media that attended and who wanted to speak to her was just so amazing. So it just goes to show how excited the whole country is, where people are getting behind her. And look, we just wish her the best of luck next year, and we're all going to be supporting her. And just one more thing to add to that, with Lauren now making it on to the LPGA, Paddy, if you look back at what the Solheim Cup in Killeen did for golf, women's golf in particular in Ireland. We have 3 players on the LPGA Tour: Stephanie Meadow, Leona Maguire, now Lauren Walsh. And we've 7, I hope I have the stat right, on the Ladies European Tour. That is so incredible. And we've so many amazing amateurs out in college in America, couple in Maynooth, ready and coming up. And I honestly think women's golf is in the most, I'm going to say it every week. It's in such an exciting place. And yeah, I feel really excited about it all. And yeah.
And you should do. You should. I think what Lauren has done is going to open the floodgates for those women and Irish women on the Women's European Tour, because they've all played golf. They've all come up through the collegiate ranks together. I think Lauren put up a great picture, and Golf Ireland did as well, of the Home Internationals team from a couple of years ago. And it was Lauren's the first one of us to get it done. So you have Anna Foster, Sarah Byrne, Annabelle Wilson, Kenneth Green, and more, Olivia Mahaffey. There's some the qualities are getting better and better and better. And that's down to, yes, what Golf Ireland has done, but also, from Irish tourism boards and stuff, bringing things like Solheim Cup to Ireland, and hopefully something back soon. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal. But I do think it's going to open up the floodgates for her peers on the European Tour to go and be LPGA in the future.
Yeah, 100%. And so my next piece of exciting news is that I mentioned last week I was a judge at the Golf Course Awards, which were held at the Emirates Stadium in London last week. And golf course that was maybe not well known up to quite recently, Ballyneety Golf Club won 2 awards on the night. They won the Affordable Excellence Award across the UK and Ireland, but they won the big one. Ballyneety Golf Club were awarded the Golf Course of the Year across the UK and Ireland for the whole awards out of every single nomination. Such an incredible testament to what they have done at that club since almost going under. Well, pretty much going under, to all of the community, the members, the GM, rebuilding it literally from the ground up. And now in 2027, they're even going to host the Junior Ryder Cup. So I'm so delighted for them. And look, it's very, very well deserved. I grew up playing a lot of golf there myself. And yeah, just absolutely thrilled for them. And it's great to see a golf course in Ireland getting recognition across the pond.
Absolutely. We all know, in golfing circles, so if you're not in golfing circles, you'll know now, the Ballyneety are the host for the 2027 Junior Ryder Cup, which takes place the week before the main Ryder Cup, which is September 2027. So yeah, I know Donald and Gavin down there, and from a coaching perspective, they're 2 great guys, and one of the best facilities, driving range wise, practice facility wise. I'm a sicko for facility. So yeah, the driving range, short game areas, putting greens in Ballyneety are second to none. So no wonder that they've won Golf Course BNI of the Year award. So fair play to everyone down there.
Agree, agree. Finally, in some other really exciting golf news, I was so happy to see this. So McGurk's have opened a second-hand outlet for golf clubs up in
Where is it?
Finglas.
Finglas.
Yeah,
Let's go. Love a
yeah,
bit of tech, love a bit of gear.
it's amazing. It's really, they're making the game even more accessible now. And it just goes to show, like when I have golf clubs, I keep them for like 10 years. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I wanted to change my irons and they're only 2 years old. I can trade them into the outlet, and then somebody else has a chance of buying clubs that are barely used at a really, really good price. And it just makes the game so much more accessible to people. So absolutely thrilled and will definitely be up to support them.
Definitely, because even as recently as a couple of days ago, someone slid into the DMs and looking for a set of clubs for, I think it was a 12-year-old. He's 5 foot tall. Where can I go? And it's, they don't have big money. So 100%, I'll be messaging them back now going, Finglas, go to Finglas, get yourself a set of clubs up there.
Definitely, definitely. And in other good news, we have had some listener feedback, Paddy.
We have listener feedback on the stats I throw out that are somewhat inaccurate. But it was subject, check the clip. We keep receipts. It's in the clip, subject to fact check. So we threw out a stat that 30% of all links courses globally are in Ireland, subject to fact check. Now, said fact check has come in from the one and only Pam Allen. And Pam is a member of the Donald Ross Society, who's a golf course designer, for those that don't know, and is a board member of the Women in the Golf Industry, She's a member in Artglass Golf Club as well. So that is trustworthy source number one. And Pam kindly got in touch via Instagram at Scratch Golf HQ and advised me on the uniquecourses.golf website. There are 292 listed golf courses in Ireland, of which 60 are links courses. On the R&A study in 2022, there's 38,864 golf courses in the world, of which 7 are true links golf courses. There is not that many golf links golf courses in the world. It's like saying I came fourth in under 14 tennis in Clare. Oh, that's really good. How many were in the competition? 4. So yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never said that. So 247 links courses, 60 are in Ireland. So yeah, we threw out 2 stats. We said 2% of golf courses globally in Ireland. It is 0.75. So that sounds pretty small. But 24% of links golf courses globally are in Ireland. And we do a big bang for our buck, because if we looked at, top 200 courses in the world, how many of those are Irish links courses? Yeah, I have the breakdown per country, but nobody wants that. But 10% behind Scotland.
Nice, nice. Look, I agree. We've got 1 or 2, maybe 3 in the top 100, but then push that out a little bit to top 200.
We've more. We'd have 3 in the top 20. 4, 5 to 6 if you include the North. We've the Royals, Portrush and County Down. They're generally in the top 5. Ballybunion normally ranks, in the top 10 in the world.
Love that.
We've the home course hosting the Walker Cup next September in Lahinch, the Pork Marnocks, and on and on. They're all top 20 in the world. So when people come shouting about green fees, well, there's a reason. It's not just the best in Ireland. They are the best in the world.
Agree. Okay, I need to go check my stats on that. And something last week that we covered, and it's actually so interesting to get the feedback that we got on it. So last week we asked each other what our favourite courses were under €50. Paddy chose Ratsala and I went with Wooden Bridge. And there was a consistent theme in the comments section of a golf course under €50. And I do know it's one of your faves in Ireland.
It is. So my pick this week for golf courses to play under €50 is Corbliss Golf Links up in, is it Donabate or is it Malahide? That could be contentious. Subject to fact check. Ferocious amount of folks commented Corbliss on our clip on socials. And I always recommend Corbliss to people when they say, where should we play? I didn't pick it because I was like, well, that's so obvious. Everyone will know I'll pick Corbliss. So I said I'd wait at least a week. But it's a great course. But especially for like golf tourists, I know that 8% of our listeners are American, so welcome, folks. But if you want to open up your trip with like a nice loosener to loosen up the golf muscles to alleviate the jet lag, Corbliss is a really easy one to slot in there. or it's a really nice course to finish up before you jet off home. But for us here based in Ireland, Corbett's playable all year, of course, links course, but they run a super duper like winter competition all winter, believe it or not. But they call it the Race of 59 because it's a par 66 course. So, but you'll have European Tour players, Challenge Tour players, fledgling pros, the elite amateurs in this country, all taking it up alongside you or ahead of you or behind you. So yeah, a very worthy test of golf at an outrageously good price point. I don't know, is it €40 to play in the Race to 59? Maybe less.
Class.
What's
Yeah.
yours?
My course this week has to go to Ballyneety. Look, it's an amazing.
We don't do bias on this show.
Last week when we were talking about a wooden bridge as well, like I love Portumna, and Portumna's like in or around that green fee as well. And then I chose that as my underrated course. And then when Ballyneety came up with the golf course awards, I actually thought it's such a good course to play. Like you said about flying into Dublin and then heading down to Corbett's, Ballyneety is 25 minutes from Shannon Airport. So if people are coming to the south of Ireland, before they get battered and pushed around by the links golf, which we love, a nice parkland start to a trip in Ireland isn't a bad thing either. So Ballyneety Golf Club, not too difficult, I would say, a course, but not easy either. There is a bit of wind up there as well when you get up to the third and fourth on those hills. But yeah, look, highly recommended. It's a nice course all year round. They've done great work on the drainage as well. So, it's not a links course, but it can sure handle a tough winter.
Deadly. And as we said, one of the best facilities in the country, Trackman Range, indoor and outdoor areas. Onal and Gavin and those in the pro shop will take good care of you. Now you have a debate for me, do you? Something about playing too many golf holes.
I sure do. The question of the week is 18 holes of golf too much?
Is 18 holes of golf too much? So yes and no. So I would think for those who are like new to the game or thinking about starting golf, I think the worst thing you can do as your first experience is to go play 18 holes. It'll take a long time. You won't hit too many good shots. And you'll be like, that is not for me. Especially if it's like your first day ever swinging a club. So these are the cons. I'm a working professional. If you go back to episode 1, please do. You'll find out what I do for a job. I have a wife, 3 kids, a job, another podcast. I'm trying to get better at golf. I'm trying to fit the gym in. I'm trying to fit practice in. Actually playing the game is what takes the longest, so I don't actually have a lot of time for that. Weekends are for family as a priority, unless I can sneak golf in at 7 a.m. So for me, I love 9 holes. I love 4 holes. I love playing 4 holes when I can. So I play 1, 2, 3, 17 or something like that on the Castle course or something. So I'll make it work for me, or I'll play 4 holes and walk in. So they're the reasons why it's not. 18 holes is not too much when you're comfortable on a golf course. When you're not rushing. I think the worst thing, my father-in-law, you'll never hear this because he doesn't do social media, let alone podcasts. But he's like, he gets to the golf course as quick as he can. He gets around as quick as he can. And he F's off afterwards as quick as he can because he's got SH1T to do. So for me, 18 holes is plenty when you're comfortable on the golf course. If you struggle walking or whatever, there's buggies or whatever, get a trolley. But it is the best 4 or 5 hours you can spend for yourself if you're doing it on your own. Wellness reasons, walking aerobically, for the 6 inches between your 2 ears is the best thing I do. Is go to the range, but go play golf. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons to play 18 holes. But for people getting into the game or people who are busy, I don't think people should feel that they have to commit to a full 18 holes.
And I think that's a stereotype almost around golf, and it's an assumption that, I'm starting golf, but I don't have time to play 18 holes. And
it takes too long.
Yeah. And sometimes, look, when I'm playing well, I never want it to end. I'll play 36. And then if I'm playing awful, I'm just hoping it ends soon. So I agree, yes and no. And I think, and I'd love to see next year more golf courses really trying to promote 9-hole competitions,
that'd be
9-hole
great.
events, 9-hole scrambles. Like we do it well, but I think more of it to get more people into the game who are time poor, but they can still afford to spend 2 hours out in the golf course, have a great time. And then also you're getting more people on the tee sheets, you're getting more people into the restaurants. So actually it might work out well for clubs as well.
100%. I know when I was in my teenage years, after we finished up school at 10 to 3 on a Wednesday, and they used, it wasn't for the juniors or anything, but it was for the members in Ennis Golf Club. They used to run a 9-hole scramble And to be like, I didn't know what swinging was when I was 13, 14. But you see, yeah, Padraig in for 9-hole scramble at 4:15. They're like, they drew the groups. There you go. You're starting on 1, 2, 3, all the way through 9, and you play 9 holes, and that's it. And it was brilliant. It's the main reason I still know a lot of members in NS Golf Group, nearly more than Lynch, I would almost guess. And still, know a lot of them today. It's the main reason. It's a great way to find out about your fellow member. I would tend to always play with the same group of people when I go home. So I would highly recommend it. And everybody on a Wednesday, the quietest day of the week, went in and had coffees or, like you alluded to there, meals or whatever afterwards. So yeah, revenue, baby.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. So thank you for your insight there.
I thought I might kick off this topic just for you, Miss McManus, because off the air last week, it was deemed not suitable for the final cut. But I'm not protecting your blushes this week. You didn't know the rule that a pretty famous golf influencer perceived that she also didn't know the rule in the Internet Invitational thing that was on a couple of weeks ago, which I've only seen clips of. I haven't watched the full thing. So I said, let's do maybe a rule of the week and see are people interested in that, right? Because there's a lot of new people to the game, and folks might be worried about these rules. Want everyone to be comfortable. So maybe we can appease some folks' anxiety or their subconscious with maybe knowing a rule or two. It's like, well, if that happens, I know what to do, right? So folks who are listening, if you have your rule stories, send in your rule stories or funny ones about maybe that time when you were playing someone and they miraculously kept finding golf balls and you found them at it on the 18th hole. Something like that. That'd be great to hear. So I have a little rule quiz for you, Emer. Well, one question. We'll do one a week, right? So it's a famous one that affected Ian Woosnam in 2001 Open, costing of the tournament. So how many golf clubs are you allowed in the golf bag?
14.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. Insert sound effect here. I'm going to give you a scenario now. So you've answered the question right. So this is for double bubble points. So on the second hole, you versus me in our big ego match, you discover you have a second putter in the bag, meaning you've 15 clubs in there and you've had them in there for the first 2 holes. What happens? How do we fix this rules-wise?
So the rule is if you're carrying an extra club in your bag, for every hole that you have had the club in your bag, you get a 2-stroke penalty to the max of 4 strokes. So 2 strokes per 2 holes, max.
So 4 strokes for this scenario. You're bang on. If it was match play, though,
You lose the hole?
you would have lost both holes, yeah, first and second hole. I don't know. Maybe people can chime in on there. If the max shots is 4, what's the max if it's match play? Is it 2 holes? Maybe I'd sacrifice 2 holes to have an extra club. Maybe I wouldn't. So, subject to fact check. But the full story for people who don't want it, full woozy 15 club story, Sunday 2001. I lived them in St. Anne's. 91 Masters champion is in contention at the Open. Starts strong with a bird in the first hole. Momentum is on his side. But on the second hole, his caddy at the time, Miles Byrne, peeks in the bag and sees that extra head cover and goes, Woozy, you've got 2 drivers here. The head cover, yeah, an extra driver had snuck in. Woozy now has 15 clubs. So as Emer said there, rule 4.1b, 2-stroke penalty per hole played with the extra club. So Woozy now has to add 4 strokes to his round. His rhythm, everything rattled. He fought on to the round. He finished tied for third, 4 shots behind David Duval, the same number of shots that he was penalised. So yeah, David Duval, one of the coolest people in golf at the time, but yeah, Woosnam kind of let that one slip through due to a simple oversight with major consequences. So yeah, if anyone has a rule story, send them in.
And yes, Paddy, every week I do need to learn a new rule. I still get confused between the red and yellow stakes. So that could be one that we might cover.
Right, we'll cover that one next week, just for you.
Thank you.
Just for you. Golfing Goals 2026. This is the time of year I'm generally looking forward to what I want to achieve in 2026. So, Emer McManus, what are your golfing goals for 2026?
2 goals. Well, I have 2 goals and I have a plan. My plan to reach my goals is that I'm going to practice 3 times a week. And my 2 goals are with that is my best score I've ever shot in is 76. I play off 6.2. My best score is 76. So I want to win. I want to break 76 and I want to win one competition. I do have some other big goals as well that I'm going to write down, and I'll share them in 6 months' time when I've hit them, because I don't want to jinx myself by announcing it on the podcast. But the goal is to break
They're the
76
main
and
ones.
win one club competition.
Very good. I have a feeling the McManus as a 4-ball will be quite, it'll be like El Bandito Town, going from Kevin's story last week and your best score is 76 off 6. I don't think you'll be getting too many shots when we play in Corvallis in a couple of weeks' time. That's all I'm going to say.
You know what? As a golfer, though, I don't play off the red tees a lot because I drive it quite far. So I haven't really been able to gauge my score off the reds. So next year as well, I'm just going to go up to the reds, play properly, and see what I can actually shoot, because I'm not used to. I just haven't played a lot on the red tees at the moment because I'm playing with Kev all the time, and sure, he plays off the
That's a
whites.
flex. That's a flex, that is.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
play the red. I think that'd be a good topic maybe in the future of people's opinions on which tees you should play off, ability tees or whatever. Yeah. So the forward tees or the curler tees, yeah, they're not they're not the women's tees, by the way, folks. They are the forward tees. Yeah, cool.
So those are my two goals for next year: break 76 and win one competition. And now, Paddy, we would love to hear what your 2026 goals are.
Keep it real simple. Have a get better goal, a social goal, and a second social goal. Current handicap is 1.9, the lowest I've ever been. So I got that down from 3.1 this year. I am trying to get that. It needs to be smart, real, and achievable. So I'm going to say my aspirational goal, like it's a stretch one, is +2. Can I get there? Because that means I would then almost be hitting like my career golf goals, which is to play in a national championship. Right. So
Amazing.
that level. So yeah, and there's a process and a system, and if I do those two things, I'll achieve that. Is that I'm just not going to put that there and hope. There's programs, and there's gym programs, and there's lessons and practice and getting fast and all that jazz. Right. Second one is I want to go on a golf trip. I've never been on a golf trip. Like one with golf buddies with like 8 or 12 people. I've gone on like 3-day trips my own for the content. Home or abroad, I'd love like a UK open rota trip, like over to Manchester for 3 days or 4 days, Birkdale, Lytham St. Anne's, those places, or Dubai in February. That's been like a goal forever. Or Turkey, not for the tea to the hair, for the golf. That's the social goal. Is if I can get a golf trip, UK might be more achievable. And the third goal is relatively straightforward and very achievable, is to take a picture with every 4-ball I play in next year. So that at the end of the year, I can go, yeah, I remember all those days with those great people and the stories they told. That should be an easy one. But I said I'd do that this year, and I only have like 4 pictures to put up on New Year's Eve for all the golf I played. So I need a full 20-page carousel New Year's Eve 2026.
Love that.
I have some listeners' goals, which is fantastic. We have Scratch Social community contributors. Isn't that
Yes,
nice?
we sure do. This was really exciting because being so new to it, we didn't really expect to get, as many responses
Anything.
as we did, to be honest. We didn't
Anything.
expect to get anything. So thank you so much to everybody for sending in your messages. Shall we read out a couple of our
Read out a couple.
communities? Yeah.
A couple. So golfing goals, and keep sending them in over the next couple of weeks. This side of the new year, we'll read these out. So I'll pick out 3 or 4 here. So we have, and I did say, if you want to remain anonymous, just put in anonymous. So none of these people did, so I'm at liberty to say who they are. So shout outs to ButcherBoy88. He wants to get longer with the stack, wants to get fitter and get to a 6 index. I don't know what the start point is, but they are 3 very real goals. A good pal, Shane Jenkinson, PJ Pro in St. Margaret's. So hopefully he wants to remain anonymous, but he's definitely not now. He wants to play Portrush, Ballyliffin, and Ballybunion. They're 3 big ones. 170 miles per hour course ball speed. That's fast. But, he runs marathons, so he's kind of athletic. And he wants to try and actually enjoy the game. So I think that's tough for some PGA pros and pros, is to actually enjoy it. When you do your job, how can your hobby also be doing what you do for your job? So it's a tough one. Those in the golf industry don't play a lot of golf, folks. Ask any of them. David Curran, second child welcomed in 2025. Congratulations, David. Just hoping to play a bit in 2026, to be honest. sweaty, smiley face. 85, John, get down to 2.4, playing off 6 at the moment, wants to play the Ireland and the European club. Well, the European club will be tough because that's closed until 2027, but the other two, absolutely perfect shots. Or FECT, perfect shots. Play and photograph more Irish courses. We really do have some of the best in the planet. Now, that would have been a smooth transition if we did that 21 minutes ago on the podcast. But yeah, absolutely, he is or she is very correct in that statement. So we'll have more next week, hopefully.
Yes, we sure will. And if anybody, again, has any ideas or suggestions, please let them know. And if you guys would like us to have specific golf goals as well, just send us a message and we will give it a crack. Maybe we should set each other one target. We'll have a think about that over the week. I'll set you something for 2026 and you set me
We
one.
can do it now. I'll ask you one question. What is your current swing speed?
I don't know.
Okay, next week, you want to answer that question and I'll give you a goal.
Perfect. What's yours?
My club head speed is 106, up from 102 4 weeks ago. It's 106 now. So chasing 115. Up and down of the week, we're going to keep that corny name. I'm going to make it stick. It belongs in a mug. Up and down of the week, Emer McManus. What is your up and down of this week?
My up has to go to Lauren Walsh getting her LPGA Tour card. It is so amazing. And look,
Get in, Lauren.
it's so class. And personally, like that is my up. Like you, I've known her for a couple of years as well. And yeah, it has just brought so much joy to all of us. So we're delighted for her. And then my down of the week, and I said I wouldn't do it, but I've done it. I have not practiced this week, Paddy, but now that I have to show you my swing speed next week, I am going to have to practice. So I'm going to head straight to the range. I do have the stack system as well. So I will test my swing speed.
There we go. If folks have challenges for us for next year, let it on. Let it on.
Definitely. And Paddy, what's your up and down of the week?
Up and down. See, it's going to stick. Belongs in a mug. The up is not golf related. The up was my first gig in years, like proper gig. I'd been to gigs, comedy gigs, Matt Rife, Kevin Hart. Wow. In the Tree Arena. But my first gig in years, Amble, were incredible. And they told the genesis of their journey in between songs, not for long, maybe like 1 minute or whatever, or the meaning of a song. No, I would listen to them for 8 or 9 months, thinking it meant something when it actually meant something completely different. Listen back to their albums this week, totally differently. They told one story, which I'll tell now. A couple of years ago, they played to 300 people in Dublin for Christmas, between pubs and whatever else. And they'll have played to 39,000 people in Dublin this Christmas across their 3 gigs. They are phenomenal. The sound engineers it was incredible, the sound. I'm of a trad background, so Amble's right up my street. But I think they've been so successful because they've really struck a chord with people. Of course, for their storytelling, their songwriting, their music style, but also because they're ordinary people.
Yeah.
Couple of the guys were teachers. I know they're from Longford, Leitrim and Sligo. The guy from Enniscrone and Sligo was a data scientist in Pfizer with my wife, apparently. She never knew him, but yeah. So they're 3 normal people who are now doing incredibly pretty well. So yeah, Amble is the up. If I could have gotten tickets to last Thursday or the gigs they did last week by the time this podcast goes out, I would have gone again and again and again. So I can't wait to get tickets to the next Amble gig. And the down, it's kind of a good reason and a bad reason. DOMs. Do you know what DOMs are?
I do. I have them myself.
DOMs. Delayed onset of muscle soreness. DOMs. It's a testament that I'm getting into the gym and I'm not just going through the motions this week. So technically an up, but yeah, I'm adding the 5 grams of Connecticut creatine into the protein shake daily now. So hopefully we'll get a bit of higher recovery scores now on the hoop for the next week or 2. But yeah, that's the ups and downs of the week. And that's it from Scratch Social this week. Couple of call to actions. Leave a review wherever you're listening to this show. Keep the DMs and comments coming in on social media at scratchsocialhq.com. Emer knows the email, don't you, Emer?
I sure do. It's podcast@scratchsocialhq.com.
From me, Paddy.
And me, Emer.
Bye, 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 bye,
Bye,
bye,
bye,
bye,
bye,
bye, bye, bye, bye.